May I just touch your hair for a moment?
Sure.
It's beautiful hair. I mean, I'm not a cosmetologist or a hair person, but my guess is that most hair beauty shops would like your hair.
Yeah.
It's healthy. You don't have any problems with it. You're not trying to duck a problem here.
No. Well, I like it better when it's short because it's easier to take care of.
Yeah. Aren't you all right. We're going to ask you, would you be good enough to take that microphone off? And I'm going to ask you to step over to this barber chair that we have over here. And we'll see you, Ruth, good luck. I don't know, I feel like I should offer you a cup of coffee or something. Ruth is going to have her hair completely removed from the top of her head. And believe it or not, this takes longer than you might think. Why don't you just begin to proceed there, and I'll explain to our viewers that what you are seeing now is real time, but in just a moment we will give you a what would be tantamount to time-lapse photography. We're going to tape the entire process of removing all of Ruth's hair and then edit it so it will fit into our segment here on the Today Show. So if you'd be good enough to begin the business of, I'll just, let us know when you're about to take the first locks, all right? I don't want to miss that. Meanwhile, let's meet May Alexander. You are an executive secretary or an administrative assistant in New York City.
Yes.
So you're kind of you're a big shot secretary, can I put it that way?
Yes.
For a very important person, I'm
Yes.
sure. And your hair has been that way for how long?
2.5 years.
Now you have you have some hair left.
Yes.
You bleach it, huh?
Yes.
Every week?
Every other week.
Yes. Why did you do this, May?
Well, I like the look because I've been referred to as a work of art and walking sculpture.
Really?
And it goes all together.
You have a very striking and attractive face, and you also are a woman who you watch your weight.
No, I don't have to. I'm lucky enough not to have to.
I assume that this would not be quite as flattering if you were heavy. Is that possibly true?
I would say yes.
Do you like the comments that you get?
Yes, mostly. I get very few nasty ones.
Is it a question? Oh, you are about to... all right, why don't you take your first... you got your scissors there? All right, we're ready if you are. This hurts just to watch. All right. There isn't a woman watching who doesn't feel a certain a cross between curiosity and terror. You remember that moment, do you, May?
It wasn't that way for me at all.
Why? You mean it wasn't terrifying?
No. I thought about it for some time, and I was absolutely ready and delighted, and I was looking forward to the result.
Yeah. What motivated you?
Well, really, because my hairdresser said he was going to retire.
You mean, and you didn't trust anybody else?
That's right.
So you have a maintenance-free head, so to speak.
Right, right.
Let me just share, Bob, if you join me in this, some photos which give us just a brief visual history of the whole issue of women and hair. In medieval times, apparently, as shown in this slide, hair removed was, what, fashionable?
This was the one time when a shaved or partly shaved style was a high fashion, acceptable. They shaved the top of the head.
And in Africa,
Well, in most tribes in East Africa, having a completely shaved head was the tradition for women. The men had very elaborate long hair.
And the next shot shows Buddhist nuns.
Well, here in religion, of course...
Excuse me, Roger, don't come back to the studio. Just go from slide to slide. We'll be here for 3 days this way. Let's go back and try this again. It's got to be much faster than this.
Okay, we'll find out.
All right, I thought we had slides. I didn't realize we were going to pull. No, this is good. It's just, you get to be gone with the wind this way. And we don't have enough time for this. So let's do lay it on later. Let's start again if we could,
Sure,
Bob.
Sure.
In medieval times, it was fashionable?
This is the one time in the West when it was fashionable to have a shaved top of the head.
And bald women in Africa are...
Well, this is a tradition in Africa. The women are bald, the men have long hair.
And Buddhist nuns also were bald, or continue to be bald.
Giving up the world and renunciating the world.
In World War II, French women, was this a punitive?
No, this is the bad press for baldness. Women were punished for having collaborated with the Germans. They had all their hair cut off.
Also bad press was the Charlie Manson.
Right, this won't encourage your average housewife to... know that the Manson girls all shaved their heads.
So Manson and others gave baldness a bad name, but you're trying to return it to the high fashion, which is shown here. This is your kind of bald person.
This is very, very striking. You see, she's really beautiful bald like that.
Now, we have our own popular entertainment figures who are very talented, but also marked by their own baldness. Telly Savalas being one, and Yul Brynner being the other.
Of course, they've exploited the taboo of baldness by showing that they could be charisma and have personality and still be bald, right? This is part of the power of it.
Okay, how's that?
Okay. Jump three.
I wonder how long that is now that we... Was it all right? I didn't realize that we had one pedestal. I thought we had slides that were just going to go like this. All right, okay, all right.
I don't think this is horrifying. I think it's exciting. If he had told me I would have looked good like he told you, I'd do it too, maybe. I'd consider it. He already told me I wouldn't.
Wendy.
Yeah.
Wendy?
Yes.
I want to put a mic on play so we can pick up the sound.
Fine, fine, that's fine.
Okay. Go ahead.
Is there a mic or
There's a
in the
mic
tree?
there, tell him. There's a mic in the tree. Do you want to stay up here, or do you want to take a walk? Or?
No, I'll watch. I just like to see him.
Okay, fine.
Very good.
That's very
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done. How long are we here, do you guess? It's going to be hard to tell because we
Without
stopped.
cutting, about 7.
Was that overstated? Terrifying wasn't overstated, wasn't it?
Stand by.
Okay.
Good then. Everything out of the way. Look like it.
Don't start yet.
Oh.
Okay, show the front man inside of this. About how far are you from completion? Minutes-wise.
1. Okay. Yeah.
Now, if you walk this way,